Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of December 2nd. This is for Capricorn. Capricorn, you are in your pre-shadow to your season, so existential moments might come up. You are also having a double down on the post-shadow of our last Mercury retrograde of the year, which we just ended last weekend. And it's being followed up by a Neptune retrograde ending next week. So there's a lot of fogginess still in the air. The post-shadow of Mercury retrograde this time around especially has proven to be chaotic, as I have seen on the roads. And we have the main event of this week, which is a full moon in Gemini. And the full moon in Gemini is asking us, really, just what is the place where I end and others begin? Because I want to know if I'm doing things for me or am I doing things because this is how it looks better or works with others better. Yeah, you need to do you. Even though heading into the solstice at these cooler months, what is here to warm us when it's cold outside, at least in the northern hemisphere, is community, the people who warm us in our day-to-day lives, so our friends and loved ones. So those are just energies to play with this week. I'm using the Enchanted Map deck. So this is because of Sag season. They're the wanderers, they're the explorers, and so a map can at least give us some direction. But also it's my most blunt deck, so they're very honest. And that's what we need right now. All right. You've had this card recently, Into the Unknown. So Capricorn, the unknown is only scary because, we haven't experienced it yet. But the unknown doesn't have to be scary things. Like this thing on the other side of the unknown might not be a cage of lions. The other side might be, a cage of puppy dogs, something like that. So Capricorn, don't be held back by the fact that there are unknowns in your life right now. Be able to face and confront them as they come up, because you've got slow and steady reversed, because a past pattern might have been more of a, I'm just gonna delay or distract people from the fact that I am not going to do something that I've never done before. I would just rather do the same thing over and over again because doing something different is like too crazy for me. But that is what is, holding you back from, just experiencing what is in the moment. Ghostlands. Because the thing, like the way that, there are just parts of us, parts of our lives that might not be there for us anymore. Ghostlands is saying that it's like you're trying to return to a place that doesn't exist anymore. The home that you loved is gone. Sometimes we go back to the same place, expecting the same comforts that we found in that place, but that place has grown and evolved and it doesn't exist anymore. So Capricorn, don't be afraid of change. Everything changes, everything grows. There was this place that I loved as a child, had this sea cave structure that I loved, and one day I came back before the news even reported it, before it was anywhere on the internet. I went back and this wall had collapsed, and I was like, it was shocking. It changed the landscape that I've loved since I was a kid, but that is just a thing that, that's just a change. It doesn't mean that that place sucks now. It just means it's different. So Capricorn, be willing to move with change. Change is slapping you in the face, apparently, this week. Oh my God. So many people have gotten this card this week. Field of Dreams reversed is saying that you have to trust. You have to trust the process. So say you're renovating a house or, starting a new business. You won't, Rome was not built in a day, so do not abandon ship because you put something in the ground and it didn't pop up in 10 minutes. it just doesn't work that way. Things take time. So Capricorn, your biggest lessons of this week are to work with change and have patience for things as they change and grow. Yeah, well, that's your pre-shadow Capricorn. So, I don't think it's going bad. I think that you're just learning and growing like the rest of us. So enjoy this week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.